Hello, I'm Minchpenal, and today I bring you another video. Today we're doing Helldivers 2 in 40k. Today we're doing the Sentinel exosuit, the Patriot pattern. Technically it's the Emancipator pattern too, but we haven't finished the Emancipator pattern because I got the wrong guns. My bad. Now you will notice I do not have a face or anything on the screen at the moment as I talk. That's because I've had many, and I mean many DMs, whispers, all that stuff about people not liking the look of my face. Now, the ESA has brought up some insecurities in me, which is give or take good or bad. Plus, I've got some health issues at the time that's not making anything better for me. So I think I'll go a little bit faceless for a little while and see how that goes. Again, I apologize to people that think this is like I shouldn't fall for this, but I'm going to do it for my health and my mental sanity, so I don't have to deal with it. But let's get into the video, and I hope you guys enjoy me building. Specifically building the Sentinel. I'll be painting the Sentinel over the weekend, and hopefully getting that out to you guys on Monday. I'm hoping I can get it that fast. But let's get into it. Hope you guys enjoy. And sorry for my little rant. Starting this key batch, I grabbed the Astra Militarum Sentinel from 40k, as this one resembles a heavy resemblance to the exosuit from Helldivers. Now, my base idea was to build the body and go from there. As I have seen another creator called Dumbbot Stuff, which is an epic YouTuber. I would highly recommend checking him out. He does a much better version of this than I do. But I take this idea and work with it best I can. Also, I do apologize for the weird focused. I don't understand what's going on with my new camera, so I do apologize for that. But my goal is, again, build the body, encase this little dude in forever in plastic, because I don't need a second one. I already have one of these dudes laying around, so I might just seal this bloke up. And then the legs were my main concern, because the Sentinel stands very high. If I'm not mistaken, he stands taller, like his legs alone raises the torso and everything above a Astartes, meaning an Astartes could theoretically walk underneath a Sentinel, which I don't like the idea of, since you can't do that with a Helldiver that's 7 feet tall. Why should an 8 foot tall Space Marine be able to do that? So I thought, strip the legs down to the bare components and try and shorten them as much as possible. Which was really hard, considering a lot of the parts are not interchangeable and they need to be this length. So the best I could do was the suspension down the bottom, so it's going to be a very stiff walk. But that's fine. And that was my main goal of this. Try and shorten it down as much as I can without it looking too odd. But I do have to angle the legs a bit weird, because I glued the mount for where the legs sit before I built the legs, which was a bit dumb, and then I quickly built up the space, which is just from some plaster rocks I made from I've got a very bad memory head block. My Space Wolves display board that I used for Armies of the Parade, it had a lot of excess plaster rockage that I didn't use, so I used one of these bases. I also did the same for my head's gone blank again, Jesus. For my Helldivers. I do apologize. I'm very tired at the moment. It's currently 8 o'clock and I'm supposed to be up in the morning, but I've been having terrible sleeping, so I do apologize. I'm going very blank trying to remember stuff. Now, with this, I do take the autocannon from the Sentinel and the Gatling cannon from the Sentinel. I believe it's a Gatling cannon. And swap the autocannon's magazine and the autocannon's barrel and stuck those two together. You'll also notice I have a Necron underneath his foot. Yes, that's going to be an automaton. Painted up like an automaton. I just grabbed a few random bits I had laying around and put them together. Now, you will notice I do build out these arms a bit more than they probably should be. Originally, I was going to make this a Emancipator. ended up not being able to do it because I couldn't get the autocannons from the from Dreadnought to work. No, from a war suit to work. So I have to go back to the drawing board on that. So it's just going to be a Patriot for now, with a dual missile array. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah. Using some of the Derideo excess weapons, I just cut off the barrels of them. I believe they're the melters, and then just stuck them to the side, and that actually worked really well. Then using the hip guards that I did not use as shoulder armor, it worked out really well actually. They're not perfect, but that's fine. Then I glued these two missile silos to get these missile launchers together for the Sentinel originally. As I had already made a Sentinel, if you've ever watched my Derideo Dreadnought, you'll notice it's standing on it. It's standing on a Sentinel, but I didn't have, so I just used its spare parts for this. I also do a fair bit of magnetization because again I wanted to make these able to swap out to be the autocannon, the Emancipator variant of the excess suit. But I do not have the correct armaments I wanted to use for the Emancipator variant of the excess suit. So again, it'll just be a Patriot for now. For now. I've rummaged through my bits box a lot trying to find bits, and a lot of this is haphazardly put together because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Which I believe is a lot of people when they go to start working on Warhammer. It is just no idea. But that's kind of the glory of this. The glory of this hobby. You can do whatever the hell you want. Finishing up, I'm very happy with it. Definitely needs some work and some refining, but let's get into. I'm gonna hopefully paint this have it painted up by Monday, and it will release on Monday's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss another video. God, I get that. I occasionally get my lucks at that. Again, thank you all for watching, and yes, I do understand this will be a bit weird with me having no face or nothing to represent me. I mean, the best way I could do it is probably just like chuck a model on screen. Actually, I'll just grab my chapter master and chuck him on screen if I get a decent photo. So, yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Here are my longer reviews. Enjoy!